Hey, how you doing? It's a little late tonight, but I was somewhat inspired to just have a stream, so yeah, I'm doing a stream. Tonight I'm going to be working on the search screen that we got going on. Basically want to try to just focus on the UI as much as possible. I'm not doing any kind of I guess like complicated core data stuff or anything like that. I just want to kind of flesh out the UI a little bit of the search screen, and maybe I can get to the categories tonight too. But yeah, if you're kind of interested in checking that out, maybe we can work on that. All right. So, first of all, I should probably continue on a little bit from the last stream that I did. I had basically started to work on this view in a way that really wasn't I wasn't really happy with it. Before, I was using the top navigation, and that was it was a little crowded. I had like a search bar up there, I had all these buttons, and it just didn't really feel right to me. So I kind of put it out this morning that I was experimenting with the tab view, which I implemented this morning, and it looks much nicer to me. In my opinion, I think this is like so much better than what I had originally, that I think I'm pretty happy with the results so far. I can show. Let me see here. Yeah. So, anyways, so this is now like the new navigation. It looks much nicer. So the pages or the views, I guess, that I'm going to have are going to be the home view here, which is just going to be like the main list view that I have, and then I want to have a categories area where you'll be able to filter per category. If I pull up the design, you can see here that I basically have these categories for everything that you're gonna add. These are predefined categories. I decided to make them just predefined, not customizable, at least for this first version. I'm not sure if down the road I'll be kind of changing that, allowing for custom items or categories, but I kind of feel like to start, we should just have like predefined ones. I want to have a way to filter by each of these, right? So let's say you remember something that your friend told you last night. It was a book you don't remember. Maybe it happened a couple of months ago, and you just want to look through all the books, right? You click on the book, and you would just see a list of just the book items, or maybe it was an idea or it was a song that you want to check out. So you'd be able to filter by category. This would be separate from search, because in the search, before I had it like this, where you had a search bar up here where you would essentially type something in that would match the name of whatever you're searching for, and it would have just updated the list here, which I think is okay. But with the tab view, I think I like it a lot better. Where you hit this tab, this search tab, and you're gonna have like a search field, right? And I've stubbed it out for now just to kind of experiment. But let's say you search for something. Again, this is not actually working. It's not actually searching anything. I just kind of am playing with it for now. But you hit the search bar and you hit search, and then you would just get the results underneath here. I have to find a way to give up the first responder here, but the main idea here is that they would show up in line here, like right underneath the search bar, and you would click into each of these, and it would take you to the details from here. And then you can obviously navigate back to the home or back to search or whatever else you want to do. So I want to kind of play around with this screen a little bit. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. My computer's like this laptop's not used to streaming, so like I don't know if you guys can hear the fans or not, but like it seems kind of excessive. I also stream like games, and I have a custom built PC for that, and like it's just so much better at like handling these types of things. But the laptop, it's chugging along. I feel like it's doing okay. All right, so let's just kind of move some things around a little bit, and try to see what we can do with the search. Something I really want to do is add some sort of button here to clear like the bar. Like, I don't know if that's possible, or at least easy to do within SwiftUI. I think we might have to kind of look stuff up to make that happen. But yeah, let's take a look and see. So one of the first things I got to do is actually change this up, because I want to utilize this same view here that I have. I guess for now I can copy it over, but really what I'd like to do is have this be its own. Like this should be like in, yeah, this should be its own like thing. So like it could be like an item row view or something. I think we'll do that. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess we're gonna need a property here. Let's say what's it gonna be? I guess it's just an empty string, or oh, it's gonna be of type string. And this has to get set. And this is gonna be a let. We're not gonna want to change that. Okay, so if we do this, and in here we have an item row view, we can pass in self. And if we rebuild this, oh, it's not self. Oh man, we want to pass in item. And I forgot I gotta say item. There we go. Something failed to build. Oh. Well, yeah. You know what's funny is I'm not using SwiftUI at all, or I'm not using Catalina because it's like, this is my production machine. I know there are ways to like install it safely on like a partition or something. You know, I don't know. I don't really feel like I've got the energy, or I guess the debugging time for all that. It might be easy and I might be totally missing out, but another thing is I don't have the like an official developer account with Apple, so I don't even have access to download the beta, but maybe one day. We'll see. All right, so here it is. So it all works now still, and if I click on it, it still works the way it did last time. So that's pretty cool. Now what I get to do though is use this in the search. So in the search view, I want to be able to use that as like the results. So what I'll do is, instead of showing the text, what I want to do is have the item row view and pass it the item. And if I do this and search for something, then there we go. Now we have exactly the thing, and I think we just inherit the behavior. So it all comes through just like normal, and you still have, like, you're still in the search here. I wonder what happens, like, if I go here and then tap this, like, yeah, it all resets itself. So I mean, it's just so much easier than I kind of thought it was going to be. I thought was going to take me a longer time to figure out how to do that, but it all works. That's kind of funky keyboard behavior there. I kind of want to dismiss something I really want to do is add support for hitting enter or return on the keyboard when you like when you actually go in and like type something on the keyboard. You want to be able to hit return, not just have to hit the search button there. I think one thing you can do with the text fields is to add an action to it. I think. Let's find out. Does this work? Oh, it doesn't. Is it on commit? Maybe it's on commit. Yeah, that's it. It says, it looks like it doesn't work though. Let's find out. Oh, it does work. Okay. I thought that was going to be like an error or something, but no, that actually worked pretty nice. Trying to think of the next thing here. So yeah, I want to add like a clear button here so that it just clears the results maybe. Yeah, I wonder if you could do that. I'm gonna Google it. Actually, I'm gonna look up I'm gonna look this thing up. So let's say let's take a look at this page here and see if there's anything in here. I think it was Let's go into text field. Let's take a look at the docs actually on the text field. Because this, I mean, the text field should have like a clear thing, right? Maybe that's just not what it's called. This is one of the things that's hard for me to know, is because I'm not exactly sure what to search for, but I basically just want to add a little little button here that like lets me clear the search result. So let me just look that up. Clear search field SwiftUI. Let's do that. Oh, this is from 2016. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it. Well, we can move on for now. I'm sure there's got to be like an option for the text field itself. Like, what other options are there? Let's say. Huh? No. I guess not. I mean, I could add like an extra button that says clear next to it, but that would seem kind of weird, right? Like if I added another button here. And it said, or I guess clear. What would this look like? I mean, this would probably look a little weird, right? And then what I mean, you could always just clear it that way, but it just kind of feels like that's the wrong way to do it. I don't know, that seems odd to me. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Clear button mode. Ah, maybe this is clear button mode. So maybe there's like a property or something that I can add to this thing to be like clear. Yeah, well, we don't need to have that hold us up. But basically, what I would want to do is have some sort of function that just like and then I could just say something like search. Oops. So then, oops. You type something in here like, hello. It would clear that out. Oh, well, then you'd have that. Oh, and the button does the same thing. Did I type that in properly? Hello. Ah, yeah. Search and clear did the same thing. Like the clear button, like the form can only have a button because otherwise it's just going to repeat the same action over and over again. So let's just not do that. Okay, so we're searching, we're doing that. On commit is working. If I hit enter, it goes away, it does its thing. I've got these things coming up. Searching now. Oh, and by the way, I had somebody come in and make a video, or they made an example video my last stream, which is pretty nice of them, explaining how to get this thing lined up with the very top here. So maybe I'll do that. That would be in the item detail view. The idea is to add it into a VStack, just like this. And this to me, it really does seem really strange, because if I do this, basically you end up getting the same thing, I believe. Let's take a look. So if I go into the detail, you still get the same thing, which is just super bizarre for me, right? But like, if I do this, and then add a spacer, right, you're gonna end up with it lined up to the top, like that. But now I have to add another spacer, I guess within this, I guess, like another H stack, I guess. Yeah, you see, and this just seems really odd to me. Like, as a web developer, I kind of feel like I want to position, like, this should be the default. And then adding some sort of padding around it should be like, I don't know, it should be the way to go, versus like having to take it from the center and pushing spaces outside of it, like to push it up to the upper left. Seems really odd to me, but it might be because like this isn't like a view, right? Like this isn't a I don't know, like I don't even know what the right terms are for this, but like it doesn't seem like the right approach to me. But it might just be that I'm not familiar with this environment, so you know, I'm not sure how really things are done here on iOS. I thought I turned this off. Okay, so another thing that I can do too for this is add some sort of padding around this. Which, you know, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It just feels a little wonky to me with all these spacers and all that. I don't know. Maybe there's a better way of doing this. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, but this seems a little odd to me for sure. Okay, so I've got the search going. I'm clicking on it. Things actually happen. I click on these and I'm taken to that view. So that's pretty cool now. I really want to make this work so it actually does its thing. Something I'd like to do now is work on the categories and like get these actually listed out in the way that they're listed here in this form view. So like the idea is going to be like putting things side to side and kind of having a way to filter into each of these. And for now, I think what I'll just do is I'll just have them side by side. So yeah, let's do that. If I can remember where I put that view. Oh, I just probably put a text in there. So let's just say new file. And this is going to be a filter or categories. Category view. Let's do that. And I really do wish I had Catalina up and running, or Catalina. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, because just to have that preview would be so helpful at the moment, but I'm kind of kind of nervous to get that all set up, honestly. So, okay, so how do we do this? Like, how do we have like a rectangle that takes up half the screen? I kind of feel like that's gonna need to have be across the board there. So it's going to start off with a vertical stack, which then would have a horizontal stack. And in here, you're going to have another horizontal stack. Oh boy. And then within this, you're going to have an icon. And we'll just use moon fill for now. And then the text, it's going to be book. And system. What is it called? System name. Yeah, so if I did this, clicked on the categories. Oh, right. Because in the main view, I'm just sending you to a text field, I think. Yep. So let's add in category view. Okay, obviously there's it's centered again because that's what the default is, right in the middle. Which to me really just seems odd. It seems odd to do that. But let's do this and kind of see what that looks like. Okay, they're right next to each other. And I've got to figure out a way to center them. Like, I want them to take up the full width and be centered. So I think the way we do that is having alignment. And we can just say center. Spacing, I don't know. What happens if I hit 1.10? Oh, this is between... Is that gonna work? I don't know. This is like the part that's like really funky to me. Like, how is this supposed to how am I supposed to center this? There's gotta be like a very clear way. The only thing I've been able to do is just to find this resource is pretty good. Just for the most part having some sort of way of figuring out how to center things out. So there's divider. Yeah, let's take a look at the H stack. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. So if I hit spacer in the middle, what happens here? Oh. Alright, so what if I do this? Put spacer right in the middle and kind of see what happens here. Alright. This pushes it all the way across. But then if I hit divider, oops. Oh wow. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, you see, I want them to take up the center Like I want them to be right in the middle. So I'm gonna look that up. How to center. I mean, I would have thought that doing something like alignment center here would do it. But no, you see, it doesn't do that. Like I would think that it would have, like, it would be in the center of this versus, like, I wonder what's like pushing it over here. Like, do I have to add like a spacer here and another spacer down here? Like, this seems really wonky to me. Like this, I mean, surely this can't be. Yeah, you see, like, there's some nice space in between now. And that to me seems like really kind of, that doesn't seem clean to me. That just seems really weird. But like, if I also do a divider here, maybe to like give them some space. So basically what I would do is copy this over, because I would have, how many would I have? I think I would have, yeah, so I have 8. And this just seems really weird and bizarre to me as far as like how you would space things out with SwiftUI. Like, I feel like there needs to be some better way for me to like do this. You know, it just seems really odd. But I mean, again, it could just be me that just doesn't have really much experience with this. I think with UI kit, you're able to really specify kind of how big an element is. I'm pretty sure you can with this too. I think there's something called a frame, like this H stack. It'll take a frame that has a width and a height. So maybe this will help me out here. So I'll do that. Let me just undo all this stuff. See, the problem with this though is it's also not like, you know, I don't know how I mean, if this makes sense, but like if I were to do like 100, or let's just say 50, and I did that here too. Alignment center. And something maybe I'd like to do is add a background color. Wow. Where's that indentation going? I'm just trying to see where one is and one begins. One ends and one begins. Clearly, should have gone with maybe something like this. Okay. All right. This is looking a little bit better. I think we're doing all right. How do I do like a background color? That's what I want to know. Background. Do I have to pass in a view for a background color? Let me look it up. Oh, okay. So I would just say all right, let's see what this looks like. Well, you look at that. Now, now this is kind of weird to me because like like is 200 like the right amount? Like, did I just happen to guess the exact amount that is supposed to go here, or is this like doing some sort of constraint kind of behind the scenes where it doesn't go beyond the bounds, like the safe zone or something? Because that would be pretty cool, because that means I guess I could just put in whatever I want here, whatever value. But it seems kind of funky to do that, right? Like if I did 500 here, what would happen? Uh-huh. So I did happen to guess the exact amount. Wow, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this. I had no idea what the actual size was or what it should be. But I mean, yeah, what happens if I use another device, like another, this doesn't seem like the right way, because I would imagine you'd want to use some sort of constraint, right? You want to have the trailing anchor to the center of this anchor here. So I don't know, it just seems like a funky way to do it. I've got to look this up and maybe try to be a little bit more proper about this, because it seems like this would get broken really fast, like if you open it up in another device. Let's say like the iPhone 8 Plus. Let's do this and see what happens. Wow. This iPhone 8 Plus doesn't look as good as the XR. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hard to believe the bezel was that thick at one point. Just looked, yeah. All right, here we go. If I go to categories, it still fits. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Maybe that is the right way to do it, and I just was. Whoops. Maybe I'm just being like picky about how this should be done, but like maybe we do something like oops, whoopsie. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this a little bit more. In fact, we probably decrease this a little bit and increase the font size a little bit on the text. So, like, gosh, I don't remember how to do size. Is it just... There's got to be a way to do font size, right? Fixed size. There's like a way to do. I've seen this done before. SwiftUI font size. Yeah, system size. What was it? Let's do 24. So if we did something like this, I kind of feel like it might work a little nicer. You know, yeah, let's change this up a little bit. What's the next one on the list? Food. Let's look up SF symbols. I'll look up a fork. Oh, a tuning fork. Apple. Food. I gotta come up with an icon that reminds me of food. Oh well, I'll just pick up any old random one here. How about man, they have icons for everything in here except like a banana. I just want to see a banana or at least an apple. You would think that apple would be like all up in the fruits here with icons, but I guess not. All right, well, we'll just keep using the same one. And then, yeah, I guess if I were to do like multiple stacks, let's see, what would this look like? Yeah, it would look kind of like this, and then we would just have like the 8 categories that you can pick from. You click on that, it would take you to a list of all of the categories on the item list there. So I think that would be pretty cool to implement. I think I'll do that next time. This stream's getting a little long, and I kind of feel like I need to kind of do a little bit more research on some of this stuff, just because it seems like yeah, it's just getting used to SwiftUI and like the layout with it. It's very different. I kind of feel like with UIKit, there's just so many more resources, and I'm not exactly sure like what the what you're supposed to set. But it's a lot of it just has to do with just not being familiar with UIKit in itself, because I'm sure folks who are like familiar with UIKit would have a stronger idea of kind of what properties to add, what kind of things to use, functions and all that. So yeah, I guess we'll figure that out next time. Until then, thanks for joining or watching after the fact, and I'll talk to you guys next time.